Hello, Stampers. Let me see if I can get myself brought up over here on my other device. I've kind of changed things around. I spent the weekend redoing my craft room. Let's see, here we are. Ooh, that worked. Hallelujah. It worked. It was really weird when I was just setting up this Facebook Live. Everything has changed a lot when it goes to doing the lives now. So it really threw me kind of off guard because just a few seconds ago I went live, but it said that my phone didn't switch over. But when I was viewing it, I was sitting this way. But then when I hit go live, it flipped me back this way. I don't know, screwy thing. So sorry, you guys, I had to delete that one and get back in here. Oh yeah, because I don't like it when the phone is got me tilted upwards and you guys can only see me in this little short narrow thing, especially when I go to make cards. It's really hard for me to stay in that little tiny frame. So that's why I had to cancel that one really quick before you guys all came in here and I screwed the whole thing up. So I just deleted it and I was like, okay, hopefully I didn't catch too many people because you guys see that little live thing go up and then you guys jump in here and if I'm not there, it's like, what? So that's what happened. Anyways, hello, you guys. Hello, Lois. Hello, Frida. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Jamie. Who else did I see? Hello, Melanie. So I've set things up differently now. So my camera is kind of, you guys are going to get a, hopefully, okay? I can't guarantee anything, right? I set my camera thing up differently. So now when I flip you guys are hopefully going to see a bigger view of all the things. Hello, Shaz. From the UK. Oh my. Woo. So, I'm just hoping this is going to work out better. I spent the weekend, I got worried there for a minute. Yeah, right? I know. I was like, oh my gosh, everybody's going to see that I'm live and then I'm going to delete this and, but thank God you guys are so patient with me and got back in here when it truly went live and wasn't all crooked and wonky, right? Oh man, I have this lingering cough and I've had it ever since we wound up getting COVID the end of 2020, and ever since we have gotten it, I have had this cough that just drives me bananas. But what do you do? I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Sorry. I have my coffee. I will keep drinking my hot coffee and hopefully that'll clear my throat out. So this weekend, I completely redid my whole craft room. So we have made some big decisions in what we're going to do as far as where we're going to live. As for some of you who know, who've been followed me for quite a while, we were actually going to move to the other house that's on my parents' property because they just had this big, beautiful house built. And we were planning on, hello, Susan, and we were planning on moving to the other home that they moved out of into the new home. And we've made some kind of big decisions because there was a lot of work that would have had to been done in that other home. Like building other rooms on it, just to make it, hi mom, you made it. Just to make it livable for us. There are the four of us, and then we have, we take care of a veteran who, didn't have a place to stay. So he's been with us for a couple of years now. So we need to make sure we had room for everybody. Well, if we moved to the other house, it would have been a big, huge revamp. So we have decided when my grandparents passed away that my grandparents wanted their home to stay in the family. Well, there wasn't really anybody who could nobody really wanted to come live. As far as like my mom's siblings and stuff didn't want to come live here. Hello, Patty. So we have decided that we are going to probably buy the house. It just seems like a much better fit for us. It is the way the house is set up, it's already got add-ons onto it, and it has a big, beautiful fireplace in it. And right there, that's my selling point. So, and it's like all in brick and everything. It's a really nice fireplace. And, even though it doesn't get like super, super cold down here, it's still nice when it is cool to have that nice crackly sound of a fireplace. So, we have decided that we're probably going to have to add on to it, but I think what we are going to do is just add on as far as it's already got a big Arizona room on it. It's got a front living room add on to it, and we're going to add on, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to find a really nice single wide mobile and build that onto the existing home. The other big like selling point of that home is it was previously owned by some past family members that I've never met them, but they were my grandparents' family. So it's been in the family for a while, and it has a basement on it. And that is so unheard of for a house here in Arizona. Houses here don't have basements. So one of my biggest, hugest things that I was like, okay, hands down, that's what we want to do is, if something happens with the electrical grid or whatever, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with what's going on in this world now, that basement stays like 20 degrees cooler than the rest of the house. So that being said, if something happened and it was during the middle of the summer, and because of my daughter's situation, she cannot deal with the heat. It makes her have seizures. It like induces a seizure for her. So for that, I mean, there's really no question. So we have some big things to do. I actually, my husband, when he has a couple of days off, we're already going to start taking a couple of things over there. And we want to walk the property, and it's got 4 acres. So that's another plus. There's a lot of pluses. I could go on and on and on, but that's not what we're here for, right? So, let me get you guys flipped around. I have some things to talk to you guys about, especially since we do have a new annual catalog coming up. There's going to be some things that you guys are going to want to grab before they are no longer available, because I know quite a few of you have some of the product that I want you to make sure you get refills for and paper for, so you can continue the use of that stuff. So let me get you guys flipped around, and then we will talk about that. So be patient with me. Like I said, this is a new setup. I will put my hand over the camera so you guys don't get all dizzy and stuff. So let's flip you guys around. Maybe. Okay, let's see. That work? You guys can see everything? Besides my gut hanging over my desk here, because that's not cute. Right? Who wants to see that? Actually, it wasn't my gut. It was my shirt, but nonetheless. I think, well, shoot. I don't want to tweak with it too much, but I think we're good. I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to make anybody wonky sick. And then I will try to zoom in when needed, because I think you guys are still maybe too far away. Let me see. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see some of this. All right, there we go. So, I think I did my intro on the other one. So, Danny Garola here with Stampin' the Pink Barn. I am a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the U.S. Today we are on episode 81. It is March 7th, 2022. Hello, Rhea. I was wondering if you were going to pop in. I know you said you're in a layover at an airport. What a trooper you are. I mean, that's some dedication right there. When you're in the airport and you're, sitting there on your layover and you can pop in here and be with us, you're a rock star. And so I'm assuming that the flight went okay from here to, wherever your layover was. I know you told me last night, but That's not things I like to share on here. So, what time do you actually, oh, you're in Oakland right now. For some reason, I was thinking that you had a layover in Denver, Colorado. What time do you get into Oregon? Probably, well, it only takes what? From Oakland, it probably takes what, an hour and a half to fly to Oregon? Okay, let me get this other light turned on here. So, let me talk to you guys really quick about the things that I think you guys should really get your hands on, because I've already looked at our what's it called? Our product list of things that are being close to being on back order, or they're getting close to running out of it before the new shipment comes in. So our colors for our in colors for 2020-2022, that's a mouthful, are getting ready to phase out with this new catalog. Those colors are Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. Okay, so if you already have some of these ink pads or you have some of the cardstock, you want to grab at least another pack of each one of the colors of paper, because I'm sure you probably have some of your designer series paper, DSP is what I will call it from now on. You probably have some of that you're not going to use before this new catalog comes out, before the new catalog disappears. And if these colors are going to be discontinued, you're going to want some of these colors to continue using with your designer series paper, DSP. Also, you probably have the ink pads for these. I'm just going to bring out Magenta Madness since it's right here. You're going to want to get your hands on the re-inkers. Now, I'm not going to grab probably Magenta Madness because I'm not going to dig through all my re-inkers, but I'm just going to grab a re-inker here. This is one of our re-inkers. These last forever. I know they're little, but holy cow, it only needs like a couple little zips across your pad and you won't even notice that you've even used any. So this will last a really long time. So these are fairly cheap also. So I would say grab one of these of each one of your in colors that are going to be gone if you already own the pads, so you can keep refilling those and using those, you know, until you don't need them anymore to go with the other colors, okay? So I wanted to let you know that. Again, the colors are Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. Our colors for the 2021-2023 still have another year to go, so you're good on those for a little bit. Okay. The other thing, all of my current customers or customers who've been with me for the last year will get automatically put into the mailing selector, which that means Stampin' Up, since we have a new catalog coming out, I have Stampin' Up go ahead and mail you guys the catalog straight from them. It comes to you a lot faster than what I can get it, and then me getting it out in the mail to you, and it's cheaper in the long run. So I just want you guys to know that if you want that new catalog, please reach out to me, email me. You can message me here on Facebook. You know how to get a hold of somebody. My phone number's on here, anything, you know, that you can let me know. Say, hey, I'm interested in the new catalog. Can you shoot me one? And then I can get it added to my mailing selector. Okay. That has to be in by the 31st of March in order for me to put all those orders for those catalogs in. I like to make sure I have mine in by the 30th because I don't want to be that person if I forget on the 31st or I hit that button and for some reason my card doesn't go through or something. I don't want to be that person that gets caught with my pants down. Okay. So let me know ASAP so I can get you guys added to that. Okay, so those were the things that I didn't need to show you that were here. All the dimensions and the products that I have used today in the cards are going to be over on my blog, which is stampinthepinkbarn.blogspot.com. You will find still pictures there. You're going to find the replay of this video over there. It won't be up and going till probably midnight tomorrow morning. Just depends on how long it takes for me to upload this video over to YouTube, which then I have to bring back over to my blog. So there's all the things behind the scenes. What else was I going to tell you guys? This is my new March host code. So if you guys when you place your orders with me, place this code. Let me show you how it's going to look, because I know sometimes when you get in there, you're always like, where do I put that host code? I know she told me to add it in there. This is what it's going to look like when you hit that checkout button. Always make sure that it says that you're shopping with me, Danny Garola. Over here, when you go to your shopping cart, it's going to say add the host code right below my name. And then it's going to have your total and stuff down here. This is where you're going to click on this. You can also find my host code posted on my blog. It's always up in the right-hand corner of that column. You can just copy and paste it. And every blog post that I post on my blog will also have it down at the bottom. When you use my host code, I will send you an extra special little gift. Everybody gets a thank you card from me because that's just how I roll. And the cards that I'm going to send you can be repurposed. I will not write in them. I will send a little letter inside of it where you can pull out, and then you can use that card how you wish for who you wish. All right. How do you get to my store? You get to my store simply by going to dannygarola.stampinup.net. It will have a shop. It will have a join my team, which is an amazing thing. You can also go there and look at my calendar and see what's going on for my month, which is super crazy busy. Also, check my events page here in the Facebook page, because I just actually added all of these Monday night free classes. I have actually posted events for them now, so you guys can go in there and RSVP the class, and then it will always remind you when I'm getting ready to go live. Okay, right now this is our new paper pumpkin kit. It is called Beyond the Horizon. Something that's really special about this kit is Paper Pumpkin decided that they wanted to thank you guys as customers and put an extra stamp set in this kit. So you're going to get 2 stamp sets for the price of what you pay for all your normal kits. So this is an amazing kit. I'm actually going to be featuring the New Horizons paper today. That is going to be the feature product of my Facebook Live tonight and of the class. So I'm going to show you guys a couple different ways, because this paper has been such a huge hit. I want to show you guys a couple of different ways of using it and other products that you can use with it. Okay, so this is available until March 10th. So make sure if you're going to subscribe for this, do it by that date. Otherwise, the Beyond the Horizon kit will no longer be available, and you'll get the next one after that if you sign up after then. Okay, a new kit that has just hit my store is called the Robot Buddies. This kit comes with all the things to make, I think it is 9 cards. And look at these super cute. So again, with this kit, it's going to come with its own stamp set, but this kit comes with 2 ink spots in it. You're going to get, I think that's Bumblebee, and I'm going to say, I think that's Bermuda Bay. And then look how cute the cards are that this set is designed to make. How cute is this for like a birthday invitation, a little boy's birthday invitation, or you can change the colors up and still leave the Bermuda Bay, add some pinks to that. Little girls like robots too. It will, all of their kits also come with a block as well. So it comes with everything you need to make these 9 cards, and they include 9 envelopes that match. All right, the other kit that is going right now, and this is only available until May 2nd. Jeez Louise, if I can grab the other, my hands are dry. I just washed them because like 3 minutes before I was supposed to go live, I realized that my chamois was dry as a bone and it was like a rock. So I had to go quickly get some moisture on it so I can clean my stamps when we're in the middle of our live tonight. All right, the All Together is a bundle that they have that you can buy as a collection. So you can buy all the things you see here with just 1 code. So Otherwise, if you don't want the whole collection and say you only want the stamp and the dies, if you buy those together, you're going to save 10%. If you buy them singly, you're not going to save that. So when it comes in a bundle, I always advise everybody to buy it as a whole unit, as the bundle, and don't buy them separately because you're going to save yourself some money. The black and white paper, these things are going to be discontinued as of May 2nd. The only thing that will be carrying over into our new catalog is the Natural Tones Stamping Blends collection. So if this suits your fancy, you need to get it before it's no longer available. Waves of the Ocean. I'm also going to be showing this set tonight with that New Horizon paper. I know, right? Who would have thunk? Well, another demonstrator thunk of it, and I'm going to case her card because she did a beautiful job on her card. So I want to show you guys other ways of using it. And I know a lot of you guys bought that Horizon paper, so it just kind of adds another little mix-up in your crafting experience. Again, you can buy this in the full collection, which will come with your DSP, the specialty paper, which is that foil paper that comes in, what is it? Night of Navy, Coastal Cabana, and the silver, which that is the only way to get a silver paper through us right now. Also, you're going to get your stamp, your dies, and the embellishments. This is going to be good through May 2nd, but I will have you know the bundle will carry over. The stamp set and the dies will carry over. Now, whether or not they keep it as a bundle, I don't know. I just know that if you're going to get it right now as the bundle, so you make sure you lock in that 10% off, because if they decide to break this apart, you're not going to save that extra 10%. But these embellishments, well, actually, I'll show you later because I have them inside of the thing because we're going to be using them. So, amazing product, and you will see it in just a little bit. We have a fantastic promotion going on. This started March 1st, so last week. This started. Now this is, if you have been eyeballing this baby or mini embossing machine that is so portable, so great to take on the road with you. Say you go for, you go to the park and you want to sit there and you want to watch the kids or the grandkids or the nieces and nephews, but you want to craft at the same time while they're playing. This machine is so portable and amazing. And I think on the last video, the one that I did on the one that I missed you guys last week, holy smokes, that was a headache. Anyways, I won't be doing that again. Let's just say it actually comes with 5 plates. I misinformed you guys last time and I didn't add the number 3 plate in when I was showing you. So it comes with all of these plates because you have the 3D plate, which is the dark gray one. The number 3, which is this light gray one, is actually for doing your regular non-3D embossing folders. Then you have your 2 cutting plates, and then you have your, this is like your platform. Number 1 is your platform that's going to sit down, okay? It comes with all of those with the machine, and I believe that it is only $48 at this time during this sale because you're going to save 20% off of this machine. So the machine is normally $60, so you can score it for $48. But if that wasn't enough, they also included in the 20% off sale 13 other dies that will fit in this mini machine. So they don't want to leave you hanging with the machine and no dies to go with it. So you can save 20% off of 13 bundles with the stamp set and the dies. Now, the cool thing that they did is in the catalog, we have Celebrate Sunflowers, okay? It's in there, but it's not bundled. So you're going to pay, you're not even going to get that 10% discount when you buy this. So if you want that sunflowers set, buy it now, because not only, before when it was 10% off when you could have got it and you didn't get it then, now it's split. Now, as of March 1st, only through March 31st can you save 20% on that. So all these little ones with this little orange tab on that, I've put this PDF over on the blog, so you can pull this right off and print it off if you want to look at it. These things are in our catalog currently, and they're not a bundled set. So just keep an eye on that so you can save yourself some money. We have coming up on March 16th at 6 p.m., same time as I always go live, we are doing mystery stamping. So you guys can join me in this. This is something where on the 9th, which is next Wednesday, or this Wednesday, coming up in 2 days, I will post the supplies on my blog over at Stampin' the Pink Barn. Just look for the mystery stamping for March. I will post the supplies on there. So what you need to do is you need to cut your supplies and have them ready for the 16th. Now, if you can't make it live with us, that's okay. I give you through March 20th to get your cards posted over on my group page, which is Pink Barn Stampers. You need to request to be a part of that group, so I will let you in, because when I am done on the 16th and we've all made our cards together, I will post a picture of my card. You will then, after making your card, you have till the 20th to get a picture of your card that you've made posted on my group under the picture of my card. So you're going to take a picture, post it in the comments, and that's where I will see everybody who has, participated in this. Now, the way you get entered into the drawing, because yes, there are prizes to be won. I know, I love mystery stamping too. I just started this in January, so I'm doing this once a month because I think it's so fun to have you guys get in here and make cards with us. So, the way it works is when you post your cards, it's not based on skill or anything like that. And you do not have to, it is not required to use Stampin' Up product. You can use what you have. It's all about us just stamping and making cards together. Because the way it's going to come out is we're all going to make the same card, but every card is going to be different because we're going to all choose a different paper. Hello, Florence. We're all going to choose different papers and different colors and all the things, and different embellishments and a different punch or sentiment, borders, whatever. But the cards are all going to look the same because we're all going to do the same layout, right? So make sure you get your pictures posted for that, because then I do a random drawing. Everybody who posts a card, I just throw them in a random, it's called Wheel of Names. I spin the wheel and it tells me who has won, and they get a prize in the mail. All right. So that's how that is. Another one of our kits that we have going on, I'm probably not going to show you that right now because it is currently not available. So why even show it to you? We'll come back to it another time. Right now I have adhesive kits available for you guys. This comes in a little bag. It is a clear baggie that looks like mesh. And it has all of these adhesives in it to get you guys going, and you will have everything you need to get started with your stamping. And I even include a boo-boo eraser in case when you stamp that stamp down and it leaves a little, tick mark on it. This has got sand in it. So when you erase it, you have to apply good pressure and it will kind of scuff up your paper, but it's not noticeable and you get rid of that boo-boo. Otherwise, the best thing to do to get rid of a boo-boo is throw an embellishment over the top of it. So it's going to come with a sand eraser. It's going to come with your mini glue dots, a green glue because that's my favorite. And then this is an adhesive remover. So when you put too much glue on your stuff and then you press your paper down and then you'll see a little glue come up, let it dry. Then take the corner of your little adhesive and pull it right off the side, and it sticks to this. And then it takes it off your card so you don't have that, stickiness on it. I also include a clear ruler. This is a 6-inch ruler because I love my big one, but it's not easy to mail. So I include a little 6-inch one in there. And the reason why I use the clear rulers is because when I'm going to look at my measurements, I like to be able to see through my ruler to see exactly where the end of my paper is. Then I put in a regular size dimensionals, and then the mini dimensionals, and then your tear and tape adhesive. All the things that you will need to be successful in card making. So these are $35, and that includes your shipping and your tax. It's all in there for you, and I mail it right out to you and you get it. So, ooh, sorry, I bumped the table. I just shook the heck out of you guys. So I take Facebook Pay, I take PayPal's. You can mail me cash. I don't like doing it that way because I don't like cash going through the mail. And, you know, if you get together with me and you need to have a different form of payment, just let me know. I'm pretty flexible with everybody. Okay, so that's all the stuff that I needed to talk to you guys about. Let me stick my notes over here. And then we're going to get started on these cards. And holy Toledo, do I have some beautiful cards to show you guys today. Okay, let's get started. All right, these are the dies for Grassy Grove. And then let me get the stamps out down here because they were sitting on the very bottom. So Grassy Grove is the, ooh, look at that. I got ink all over myself. What did I get that from? Do I have ink on? I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't touch my white papers that I have. Eek, that would be no good. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, this is a huge die bundle. Look at this piece here. We're actually going to be using this, and this big piece right here is kind of going to be the star of the show, along with our New Horizon paper. So this right here cuts out a big like scenery layout, and I'm going to, you know, you guys will see it in just a minute. But the Grassy Grove stamp set has these amazing trees in it, and then it's got some, this set makes some awesome masculine cards. Not saying that it can't be feminine, because it absolutely can, and it makes some really good sympathy cards also. So let me get my glasses out of the way because I don't need those right now because I can't see up close when I have my glasses on. I know, getting old sucks. I can see, but see, if I take my glasses off, I can't even see out in the backyard. So, just one of those things. This paper is amazing. So one side of it looks more like a scenery, like it looks like grass here with the sky. These I've already cut down, so the bigger 6x6. So it is a 6x6 pack, but it is gorgeous paper, and it is probably one of our hottest selling items right now because it is very versatile, and you guys are going to see that in just a minute here. Let me take a drink. Oh, I did want to show you guys something. So the winner of last month's mystery stamping that we did was Anna Rebadoo. She's on my team. She won the, I think it was the paper lattice package that I had sent. That was what was one of the gifts for last month. She sent me a card. She did let me know that this was not a card that she made, but I have to show you this card because it is beautiful, you guys. Look at this card. Now wait, there's more. Look at how this sits up. It's like one of those little display card things. So when it sits on your desk, it sits flat and it says, "Thank you so much. Hey, friend." And look at the wink of Stella on that flower with that cute little heart. Isn't that just adorable? I told her, I was like, I know she let me know if she didn't make it, but I was like, oh my gosh, I still have to share it. And how sweet of that, of her was that to send me a thank you card. Like, that was so unexpected. Like, I always send everybody else cards, but it's so crazy when I wind up getting a card back. Somebody sends me a card because I don't get cards because I'm always busy sending them out. I do know you guys were very gracious and sent me Christmas cards though. So I'm not saying that, some of you do that, but just on a rando. All right. I am grabbing Rich Razzleberry. Now this is 11 by 4 1/4. And because of the fact that our paper has kind of a grain to it. It's not like crazy noticeable, but it's there. So if I was to just try to bend this and not score it on as I'm going this way, because like if I was to cut the paper this way and have just a normal size 5 1/4 by 4, I could do it. But when you run it lengthwise and you go to score it, or when you go to fold it, it'll leave like a really screwy, crummy look on your card. So I always tell everybody, you know, you really kind of want to score it if you're doing it longwise and trying to fold it, because it just folds a lot nicer and it doesn't like jack up your card. Grab my bone folder and just varnish that down so it's nice and crisp. Then we're going to use this paper here. I wanted to grab this because I loved the colors, how that coordinates so beautifully together. I'm not going to cut that yet because I'm going to check things out first and decide what I want to do. Then I grabbed a piece of, this is 4 by 5 1/4. Let me make sure I actually cut this down. And I didn't, so hold on. I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to make 2 different cards that are kind of similar to each other with this Grassy Grove set, but one is more of like a casual card, and then the next one's going to be like a step up and kind of just making that vavoom kind of look to the next card to make it more of an avid card. So this is where I'm going to grab this big die here, which is this beautiful tree scenery. And I'm going to kind of just line it up where I put it right in the middle of my paper. And then I'm going to run that through my big embossing machine. Ooh. Oops, helps if I turn it the right way, right? Oh, shoot. I didn't even put the... Helps if I put my sandwich plate together right, because it's not going to cut if I don't. I actually took my filing cabinet and brought it in from my bedroom and took everything out of it. And I have now put all of my cardstock, my colored cardstock is beside me with my embossing machine on it. And it has all of my colored cardstock in it. And it works amazingly. See, look at all these pieces that got stuck in there. If you just tap your die, those pieces will come out. Look at this. Let me grab my my little paper pumpkin kit that I have reserved for doing my weeding on these very intricate pieces. So what I do is I just take one of my paper pumpkin kits that I don't use anymore, and when you purchase this end on your take your pick tool, it is something that comes separate. You'll get this little wheel head on here. It just screws right into the top. And then what you need to do is take something, because it's going to come with 2 of these little foams. I like putting it in this box because then all the mess stays in here. And then every so often, I'll just take the box and I'll just empty it out and get rid of all those little pieces. But it's just kind of cleaner and nicer that way, because God only knows a crafter's floor is always a hot mess. Well, maybe yours isn't, but mine is, because everything kind of just falls on the floor. Thank God for vacuums, right? Okay, so just like that. So I've weeded all those little pieces out of there. And then I just throw that back in there. And look, I even have an old Sizzix one in there too. Especially when I go to my in-person card classes, I kind of take that, and then everybody has those little things to use when they're there. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to figure out, so the best thing to do is to take your paper and kind of look at where you want to place it on here. So looking at this, it looks like where I want to do the ground, I can cut, well, let's see. I mean, it would look pretty like that too. Like this is the sky and maybe this is water and you can see kind of the reflection. But I want to put it down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I know that my piece needs to be at least as small as this here, but I don't want to get it too small because I want to make sure it's going to stay in this. So I want to make sure when I cut this down that I cut it to 4 by 5 1/4. So it's okay if I leave this side because that's the look that I'm going for. So I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4 over here. And then I think I'm going to cut about a 1/2 inch off the bottom because I want this to kind of fit in the inside of this, kind of right in the center. So it looks like you're looking through the woods out past the water. Maybe actually I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch off of there. And always hang on to these because these can go on the bottom of the inside of your card to make the inside of your card just as pretty. Okay, so now all I know is now that I've cut that piece off and I know that where I'm going to line that up, then all I have to do is just cut this at 4 inches to make it line up with that. Now I'm going to go just a hair smaller than 4 so it doesn't sit exactly on that black line. So when you look at it, it's going to be just a hair smaller. Does that make sense? See, I need to do it going this way too. So instead of going right exactly on 5 1/4, I'm going to go in between the 1/16 inch and just go, like I said, just a hair. See that little sliver there that I just took off? Okay, so now, where did I put my glue? Because I moved everything around, I gotta get situated and know what I'm looking for. Now on my bigger spots, that's where I'm going to add my glue. And then when I go to put this down, I can just put it right on the edge of it. And it's going to fit beautifully on there. Okay, see how it looks like you're looking through and you can just see the water with the sky? Almost like you could be in Alaska with the Aurora Borealis, or however you say that word. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a scrap of black and I'm going to take the 2 deer. So I'm going to take this deer, the mama deer is what I like to say, and then this baby deer, and then I'm just going to cut those out. So I can actually use the mini machine and you guys can see me do that because this will zip right through here. As long as I don't shake the heck out of the desk too much to make you guys be all wonky. Okay, so if I just set those on there like that. And so I'm using my base plate, which is plate number 1, and then both of my number 2s. And like I've told you guys before, I like keeping one of my plates for my top and one of my plates that is more my haggard one, as you can see right here, because that's what gets all those cutting pieces. Now see, those cut right out of that black. So there, my deer. Oh dear. And this is the perfect size machine to just always keep sitting on your desk because it just kind of tucks away nicely and is out of the way, but then really handy to just grab when you need it. All right, so this card, the way I'm going to orientate this is I'm going to go like this. Okay, but I wanted to add my deer. Oh, dear. Sorry. Something me and my husband always say. Whenever we see a deer, we're like, oh, dear. Whoops, come here, guy. So you could actually put that one right there and put the baby there. So I think that's what we're going to do because I want to put my little sentiment piece up there. All right. What I am going to do is I'm going to grab my, so I need the inside for my card, which is here, and we're going to do some stamping on that. And then what I grabbed was my double oval punch here. And I am going to use, I think the sentiment that I wanted to go for is because I thought if you were to do this on a different color, it could probably be more of like a birthday card for manly cards. But since I did it on this rich raspberry, and because there's so many pinks and purples, I thought it needed to be for a girl. So we're going to go, or I mean, I don't know. Men could use a pink card as well, but just saying. So I'm going to use the happy birthday. Ah, where did you guys go? Shoot. Oh, ugh. I'm going to use the happy birthday. Hello, Kay. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. I like to try to say hi to everybody. I'm going to use the happy birthday, and I'm probably going to use I made you a card because you're worth it. Okay. So let's take a piece of, I think I'm going to use white, and I'm going to just stamp on both of these things since we've got our stuff out here to do some stamping. I'm going to grab these trees right here. And then I need another block for my sentiment. So on the inside of my card, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take black memento, or you can use stays on, either one, because since you're not using any blends on it, you can use either or. Make sure it's good and inked up. And then I'm going to take a piece of scrap. Ah, I just had my scrap paper out here. Where did I put it? And then I'm going to stamp this right here, but I'm going to kind of put those trees where they're going to hang off the bottom a little bit there. And then I'm going to do my, oops, I need to leave that here. And I'm going to do my sentiment. And I'm going to say, I made you a card because you're worth it. Stand up so I make sure I get this straight. Okay, let that just kind of marinate in there. I like to hold, especially when I'm doing like words or something like that, the longer you kind of hold it, the longer that the ink kind of marinates into that paper, and then you're less likely to get those little white speckles on it where it didn't completely like soak in. So that's for the inside of our card. So let me grab this right here, and I need to grab my punch. And I think for happy birthday, I think if I put that on here, I think actually it might fit in that big oval. So let's just do that one. So I'm going to do the scallopy oval. And I'm going to take this scrap out of here so I can actually see my oval as I'm doing this. Because otherwise, if it's on white paper, I can't see it. And that's going to fit right on there. Let's hope that I got that straight. Oh, whoop, that was pretty darn good. I'll take it. All right, let me move this out of the way, and then we're going to get this thing put together. So Mama Deer is just going to get stuck right down in there. And I'm going to put her kind of closer over here. And I felt like she was turning around and she was looking at her baby. Now whether that, it could be a daddy deer, who knows? We shouldn't be sexist. Okay, and then this little piece is going to get put right up here. So very simple. All I did was I cut some paper and I die cut it. But look how beautiful this is turning out. Now I'm going to put some dimensionals on this because we need to have a little bit of pop on such a pretty card. And then let's get this glued down, if I can grab it. And again, one of the reasons why I put my green glue in my adhesive kit is because I love the fact that you have some wiggle room time to make that card perfectly straight how you want it by moving it around. And it's because if you use some of our snail or tear and tape, when you put that thing down, there's no wiggle room on that. It's applied and it ain't going nowhere because you're going to rip your cardstock if you try to. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. So beautiful. Let's get the inside put in here. So can you see how this would work for a sympathy card? And just by changing the colors of the designer series paper and your cardstock, how it could be a manly birthday card. This would also work very well, I think, because of the fact that, like I said, I consider that to be a mommy and a baby deer. You could even turn this into a like baby girl card. You could turn it into a Mother's Day card. So lots and lots of, you know, different ways that you could make this card for different occasions. Okay, so there is that card. Let's get our envelope out. And I'm going to do the same thing with these trees. Make it pretty. Slide this underneath my envelope. And just place my trees right there. Giving it a second to marinate. Okay. All right, just like that. So there is that card. Now what you could even do is you could take a strip of this and put it on the inside. That would be pretty. But I just thought I was going to leave it alone because I just kind of like it like that. Because I like being able to see this paper here, and I wanted that to be the focus. So gorgeous, right? Okay, so that is card number 1. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way so we can move on to card number 2. Which is going to be kind of the same concept, but I'm just stepping it up a little bit and turning it into a fun fold. And it's going to look almost like a shadow box card, this next one that I'm going to make. Okay, let me get... All right, so let me get this card out of the way and get the next card going here. So the measurements of this next one is, I know you guys have seen me make bridge fold cards. Now I am on a whole bridge fold card kick. I have even made swap cards using the bridge fold because I just love the way the fold is. So I'm going to actually start my card base by making a bridge fold, and then I'm going to add, kind of like what I just did on that other card where I used this along with the black, and we're going to put that on the front, and it's going to be popped up. So it's going to almost look like a shadow box. That's going to be the plan, at least. So this is 4 1/4 by 8. Now we're going to do some scoring with this. I was going to bring my score tool out, but we're just going to go this way. So on each end of your card, you're going to score at 1 1/4, and 2 1/2. Okay, flip it completely around, and again, 1 1/4. Oops, helps if I hold that paper still. And 2 1/2. Okay, just like that. Ooh, what did I get on there? Well, good thing we're going to be covering it, so you won't even see it. Okay, and then, so when you're looking at this, you're going to fold the 2 pieces in at the furthest score mark. So now take the other one and fold it in, making sure it's straight with that center piece. Then you're going to take it and then fold it back on itself. Just like that. But let's make sure we get this a little bit straighter. Okay, so that's going to be that bridge fold, but we're not going to put a bridge on it because, like I said, we're going to use that big piece with that frame on it, and we're going to make that the panel. So what we're going to need is we're going to need another piece of black. Now this needs to be cut down to 5 1/2. So hopefully I have this cut. Okay, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay. So that is the normal size. I didn't cut it down at all. It is the front piece panel of a card base. That's going to go there. Then we're going to need our designer series paper. Now I picked this one because it had a lot of this blue. This is that Misty Moonlight, and I really liked the way it looked. So again, we're going to kind of do that scenery. So we need to kind of pick the middle of our card of where we're going to do that. So I am going to cut, I'm going to cut 1 inch off the side. Okay, and set that over here. And then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to do another 1 inch off the other side. So if this was my full piece, I don't know if I moved that and I took it out of frame. I'm going to cut 1 inch off of this, off the right side, and then 1 inch off the left side. Okay, and then I'm going to look at this and then I'm going to decide how I want this in here. Now I think I can leave all of that blue in there and it's going to fit pretty darn good in that because this will be up a little bit. Actually, no. I'm going to cut off again. I'm going to cut off 3 3/4 off the bottom because I think it's going to wind up taking up too much. And again, take 3/4 off of each one of these sides. You could have cut this all at one time and I should have done it that way, but of course I have to complicate everything. All right, so there, I've taken 1/4 off of those. Now I just need to take the bottom portion, since I know I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna cut these at 4 1/4. So you're gonna need 2 pieces of designer series paper at 1 by 4 1/4, and that's what these are here. Okay, there's your 2 pieces. So I know this came off of this side and this came off that, so I'm going to leave it just like that. And then I'm going to now cut this at 4 1/4, just like that. And then now I'm going to look at this and decide exactly what I want, because I need this cut at 2 15/16. I think I kind of like, actually no, we're going to go this way because I don't want all that green in there. So 2 15/16 is that 1/16 mark lower than the 3. So there, that is going to, I know I cut a lot of different ways of doing that. You guys could probably figure it out and do it a lot easier than I just did, because I just complicated things because that's how I roll. So there are my 3 panels that I need for this card. I thought I just saw somebody say something. I've had no idea, but for some reason I cannot make the bridge fold. So this will be right in my, it's actually a lot easier than what it looks like. If you see, hello, is it Sharella? Beautiful name. It is a lot easier than what it looks. Just make sure you get your fold marks where they need to be. So again, like I said, this is 4 1/4 by 8. We scored each end at 1 1/4 and then 2 1/2, and then flipped it completely around and did the same exact scoring again. 1 1/2 or 1 1/4 and 2 1/2. Then normally when you make a bridge fold, you're going to make a piece that goes across here that I believe is 5 inches. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. I think I did make a bridge fold. I don't remember. Oh, no, I didn't. I was going to say, I think I have one on my blog that you could go back and look, but I don't think I posted that one because that was one of my show and tell cards that I did for. But all you have to do is just kind of look at this, and I think it is 5 1/2 because it would be the same size as what you would put in a envelope. So it folds the same as you go. So I normally do a 1 inch by 5 1/2 inch strip, and that's what I get across my card. What was I doing? Okay, so we need to put these little panels on here. So I'm just going to kind of bend that back to hold that flat. And because this is only 1 inch, let me show you what I'm going to do with this. I am going to bump this all the way up to my first score line. So I'm going to flip it upside down so I can make sure I can see what I'm doing. Now, if you're going to do a normal bridge card, you wouldn't want to do this. You would want to cut yours at 1 1/4, and you would want to, or probably 1 1/8, 1 1/8, and then you would have a perfect border around it. But because I'm going to be covering this up and I'm only going to be seeing this, that's why I'm leaving such a big margin over here. So this is a little bit different than a regular bridge fold. That's why I was saying I'm going to kind of go with that, but we're going to make it like more of a shadow box. Okay, so this one, I'm going to bump up to that first score line. Just like that. And then this center piece is going to go right in the center. So depending on what color you like, I liked basic white with this because I thought there was a lot of white in here. I made a back panel for this, which is where my like writing for my card and my inside of my card, I guess you would call it, is this is 3 by 1 1/4. Because since you don't have these score marks, you're going to want to cut this to the full 3 inches, and this will fit perfectly on the back of your card when this is all put together. So we'll do that in a minute because I want to do some stamping on that. Now with this piece, I'm going to put this right in the center, and I am going to go die cut this. So some of these little pieces will come out of here, and like I said, just tap it. You can either tap it on your desk or tap it in the garbage can, and those little pieces will come out. Some of the big chunks will stay. I'm going to use my little handy dander weeder thingy here. Just weed some of these little pieces out. Okay, just like that. Oops, we've got one little piece that wants to hitchhike. Get away. Okay, there's that. Okay, now let me get this out of the way here and get the pieces off of that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is now you simply just take this, and this will get glued on to the front of your card. So can you see why I said that you don't have to go all the way to the edge of this? Because this outer piece, this black piece here, is going to cover that up. So then when you stick that down, you're only going to see the designer series paper behind that. So this is where it's going to kind of look like a shadow box. Follow me? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to apply glue on this outside piece that we can see, and then across the top of that designer series paper. And then I'm going to lay this on here first. Oops, make sure you do it the correct way and not upside down, because that would be wonky. And lay this right down on there, line it up. Oops, I got a piece that didn't get weeded out of there. Oops, I'll have to get it out in just a minute. And then I try to make sure I have it straight all the way across before I make sure that gets completely adhered down. So can you see that I missed this little black weeded piece right here? So I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to use my pokey tool and try to pop that thing out of there. Okay. Coffee is not hot anymore, but that's okay. Coffee's coffee. I don't care if it's hot or not. Okay, again, put this over here. Now, one of the cool things that if you cut everything correctly, this should lay flat when you bring it back this way. So it should all line up. See, I've brought this piece in now, that should line up perfectly straight over here. And this is how this will lay flat to go right inside of an envelope. Pretty cool, huh? So like I said, as long as everything is cut and squared up nicely, it will all work out. So see, when you go to put this in an envelope, you can either go this way or you can go this way. But then when your recipient pops it out, all they have to do is just kind of straighten that back up, and then it sits like that. Pretty fancy, huh? Okay, now what I want to do is I am going to come in. Oh, my nose is all stuffed up now all of a sudden. This is gold and rose gold, the metallic specialty paper. This is inside of our annual catalog right now. So here is the rose gold and here is the regular gold. Now, because I've got some pinks and stuff in here, I'm going to stick with the rose gold. You can pick what you want to use with this, or you can use just our regular gold. It would work as well. Again, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut, oh, wait a minute. I need a scrap piece of, let me move some of this other stuff because I'm going to bring the mini boss back in here and use it so you guys can see what I'm doing. Making sure my paper is going to fit through there, so I didn't need to cut it down. So grabbing my 3 plates so I can do some cutting and making sure my cutting plate is on the bottom. I'm going to grab my rose gold piece, and I'm just going to set that right on there for the moment. I'm going to grab my Mama Deer, or whatever. No judgment. It can be a Daddy Deer. And then the baby. And then I'm going to grab my, there's a couple of little leafy bits that come in here. So I'm going to grab the one that has the 5 and then the one that has the 3. And I'm just going to lay those on there because I want to cut those. As you can see, this piece has been used for other things because I don't throw anything away. Now, with this paper, I will let you know that you need to run it back and forth through your machine at least 3 times, at least. I always try to do it back and forth at least, you know, that many. But just for good measure, I go a couple more times. Something about this paper is very, very thick and kind of grainy. And if you don't do it a couple of times, it will kind of shred the outsides, and it's not a good look. So I would rather err on the side of caution and make sure I get a perfect cut. And then take all those off. So when you go to take these out, you're going to kind of like, they're almost like they're perforated, whatever that word is. So then when you go to take them, you just kind of want to pull that paper apart. Because like I said, it's almost like a material. I don't know. I mean, those of you guys that already have this paper, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. And you could probably word it a lot better than I can. But, okay, there's the little deer. And here's the big deer. Okay. And then we've got these little twiggy bits. I mean, one of the good things is it's not like it tears really easy. So even if you're kind of like tugging and pulling on it, you don't really have to risk it tearing anything because it doesn't even tear on this. All right, then I have another piece of, since the base of my card was that Misty Moonlight, you can put an extra piece of paper on top. Absolutely, and use it almost like a shim. Correct. Absolutely, you could do that too. All right, so this is my piece of Misty Moonlight. I'm going to lay that there, and then I'm going to grab those little twiggy bits again, and I'm going to run them through just like this, and then I'm going to run it through one more time with just the big one. Okay, and that's going to go through. That was one time. So let me grab these out of here. And of course, the one that got stuck is the one that I need. And so all of our dies always have these little like white pieces. That's so you, if they get stuck, you can always put something pokey in there and poke that die or the paper out of the die. So you're not like, oh my gosh, my paper's stuck. What am I going to do? Always know that there's a hole somewhere on the die that allows you to puncture that paper out of there. And then I need one more of the big ones. Okay, so I have 2 of the bigger ones, or 2 of the 5-leaf ones, and 1 of the 3-leaf. And then with the rose gold, I only have 1 of each. And you will see why here in just a second. Let me put this away. Sorry, whenever I mess with that thing, it makes everything shake and probably makes you guys dizzy as all get up. All right, so now let's get to, where did I put my inside? Here it is. Or technically it's my outside, but we'll say whatever. All right, here's all these pieces. Then I need a scrap of white. Oops. Okay, here's just a little piece of white that I'm going to use. And I'm going to stamp. What was I going to do on this? I think I'm going to do the same thing that I did on my sample card. Sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. So I'm going to use that. And that is going to go, oh yeah, I needed that. That is going to go on, wait a minute, let me make sure. Okay, they're both the same. I was gonna say, make sure I'm not snatching my back piece and screwing everything up here. Okay. I'm going to just stamp that right there. Okay. Looks pretty straight. And then I'm going to cut this out. So I can look at this, and probably 1 inch is going to be sufficient to cut that out. And then down the sides, I'm just kind of guesstimating because it looks like this is centered. So I'm just going to go like a 1/16 of an inch out from that T. And then about the same thing over here. Just like that. Just where you're kind of cutting a little triangle, unless you, or rectangle, unless you have a die that would fit in, then you can absolutely use that as well. That would work. All right, so let's bring this back in here, and now let's put our little pieces on here. So I'm going to put that one there, and this one kind of coming up over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put glue on the feet. And maybe its little butt, just a little bit, because I want to kind of put it where it's kind of touching this side tree flap thing. So I make sure it's going to stay, have some kind of stability. Okay, just like that. Maybe push his feet down again. And then Mama is going to go right like that. So I will put a little bit of glue right here. And then on her legs. After I throw her on the floor. Thank goodness I just cleaned, so I just vacuumed so I could find her. Okay, so now when I put this here, I'm going to make sure when you hold it that I touch that part that I glued there on that tree, and then I can press her feet down. Because I only put glue on her feet, and then like I said, I put glue on that black tree, and then when I press her on there, I know she's got something to hang on to, so she's not floating. All right, here's this little piece. Now what I'm going to do is make sure I still have these. And how did I do it? Okay, I have this one here, and then the little one going up here, just like that. And then I took the little gold, or rose gold, and I kind of put that on top of that. So what I want to do is I want to take one of my glue dots, which again, these are in my adhesive kit. Put that there. Kind of just lay these out on this actual glue dot the way I want it. Making sure that everything is touching the glue dot. Okay. And then pull that up. And then I can place that. Oops, I need one on the front side also. Okay. And then when I place this on here, I can kind of see where I want to go with this, just like that. Okay. And then do the same thing with these two, but I'm going to have this one going this way, and then this one going, okay, if that was down, okay, I need this one going up. So just like that. And then if you have any kind of fingernails, it works too, but sometimes just depends on the day whether or not I have any fingernails left. Depends on what I've been out doing in the farm. Okay, so I'm going to put those on the outside of that to kind of make that pretty. And then I'm going to place that right on here, but I'm going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to put a dimensional right there to kind of hold those little twiggy parts down, and right there. And then we're going to put this on that top piece, holding that, or you can, you know, place it like that, just watching your sides to make sure you get that straight, which it's kind of hard to do it like that. So hold on. I'm going to put it like that. And because I didn't press it hard, I can pick it up a little bit and move it where I want it. I guess this is probably the hardest part, is getting it straight. There we go. That's how I wanted that. Now, oops, what did I just knock over? Oh, I just kicked my computer. Let's not hurt that thing. These right here, these are called the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. Ooh, don't say that one real fast. I wanted to use these because the center ones go really, really pretty with this rose gold, because they're kind of that rose goldy color. Okay, so I'm going to grab one big one right here, maybe, and put it right here, and then some of the little ones. I'm going to put a little one right here, and then right here. So just a little bit of extra bling on there. And then let's grab our envelope. And what are we going to do? Should we put a strip of that paper on there, or should we put a tree, or let's see, we could put a deer. We can put the, because I mean, these trees would work again. We could always do that again on this envelope. We could do the deer. Let's see. I think I'm going to stick with the trees, actually. I kind of like the look of those. Kind of partial to the trees. Oh, deer. Okay. Peggy, you yelled out deer, so let's do deer. Let me get my scrap and get this off of here. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to slam that down. Okay, let's grab our deer. We're going to put the deer on here. Make sure my envelope's facing the right way. Let's put our deer. Ooh, for some reason. There we go. Let's place, oh no, I don't like it there. Right there. Let it marinate. I know it's not roast meat, right? But, ooh, beautiful. Yes, good choice. All right, where did I put my, there it is. So let's see if we can either put another same on the back of this, or just do the blank white, so then you can actually use it for writing on. Let me put these embellishments away so I don't lose any of that. Okay, so that is that card there. Isn't that gorgeous? And again, like I said, it lays flat just like this and fits right inside of your envelope. See there? Like magic. Hello, Cheryl. I know, that rose gold is gorgeous. Okay, oh, and here, let me show you the other colored one that I did. So the first card that I did, I used the Rich Razzleberries. So then I decided to bring in some Blackberry Bliss and do it on this because I really like that rose gold with that Blackberry Bliss. But I used a different background of that same New Horizon paper in there. Can you guys see the inside of that? I used it for this one, but this card I screwed up. So let me tell you, I cut my black piece too short. So see, that's why this is not lining up correctly. I cut it 1/4 of an inch too short. It works and I'm okay with it, but it's just too short. I needed to recut my stuff. So I did. So I figured I will correct it for you guys and do it the right way. So those are those two, and they stand, oops, it helps if you don't put it on an envelope. They both stand up beautifully so they can be displayed all year long. So really cool. Okay, move mine out of the way, and there's the envelope that goes with that. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way because now we're done with, oh shoot, you know what? I forgot to put the back on the card. Hold on. Stop the press. Okay, let's flip this over. And like I said, I'm not going to stamp anything on this because I think that front saying kind of says it all, that you can say whatever you need to, condolences or whatever. Because what did it say? It said sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. So there's quite a few different things you can, you know, write on that. Okay, see how the 3 by 4 1/4 fits perfectly on the back, but for your inside, you need it to be 2 by 15/16 to take up for the score marks that are in there. Very cool. Okay. And yes, I did not come up with the designs for these. I did case them, I guess you would say, off of a couple of cards that I saw on Pinterest. I just kind of changed up some of the colors, and I changed up like using the rose gold because I thought the rose gold went so beautifully on that black, and I just kind of made it my own. I had to mess with it. Okay, so let's move this one out of the way and get this set and the dies before I lose anything if they slide off here, because nothing like losing a die, right? Have you ever had that happen? I lost one of my dies out of one of my sets, and it's like, oh my goodness. Now, I never knew that it was gone, and it has been gone for quite some time until the other day. I needed it. And I went to look through my sets, and I'm like, what the heck? How am I missing a die out of there? Well, lo and behold, it happened. Okay, let me move that and that. Get this next card. Now hold on to your britches because this one, and of course this one I cased from the amazing Patty Bennett because she is phenomenal when it comes to, I mean, her creativity just blows me away. Seriously. Okay. Let me show you guys. Oh, actually, hold on a minute. Because I'm thinking about it, and because I'm kind of very squirrely, I want to make sure we have a winner from last week's card. Now, because it was a kind of not necessarily error on my behalf, because we kind of ran into some things here on the farm that wound up taking more than I was anticipating. So that's why I had to wind up not doing my Facebook Live last week. This is that paper. I just wanted to show you that. So I did do it on YouTube, and I recorded it on my phone, and since it was a 2-hour video, it took over 2 days to upload it from my phone. Absolutely ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. I'll never do that again. I will just always make sure I'm live with you guys here. Or if I'm not going to make a video, I just won't make the darn video because that was absolutely ridiculous. But since I post that and some of you guys were confused on what was going on and didn't see that video, I had one person who did the commenting and the liking the video, and I understand, like I said, I screwed it up. So, Miss Farida, you get to pick, I think you're still on here, you get to pick a card from the 3 cards that I made. So let me bring those out here. So just in case you guys missed them, know that I did post a video on the page for last week. It just wasn't posted. I made it on Tuesday morning, and because of the fact that it took so long to upload, it didn't get posted till Wednesday evening, and that's why some of you guys probably missed it. But these are the cards that I made in that video. So if you're interested in watching it and learning how to make these cards, then by all means go watch it. It's also over on Facebook or on YouTube as well, and that was episode 80. All right, so for this one, I went ahead and I did some gold embossing powder on that, but I thought that was really cute how to use, and this, again, was a complete case. I completely cased this card because once I saw somebody post this, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share this with you guys because it is adorable. And how cute is that to use the rainbows for a St. Patrick's Day card? So there's that one. And then I call this like the hope of the rays of sunshine because it is using the fan, what's it called? Sports fan, Hey Sports Fan or something like that. It's using that paper along with the Ocean and Waves, or Waves and Oceans new stamp set. And I had one of my customers reach out to me and say, those little silver bits on those cards are actually like the cloud shadows. That's what those are, because I never knew what these things were for until I saw somebody else use it, and I was like, ha, genius. So this card, it was a layout that I saw from somebody else, but I kind of just changed everything up and did it my own. And then there's the envelope. And the inside says, our friendship is a thing of beauty. So there's that one. And then this one here, I kind of took another stamp set and I did some white embossing on here to make it look kind of like some speckles. And then I took my Wink of Stella and I kind of shook it off on here to make it have these splotches of some shimmer to it with that gold, or that gold. I keep calling that gold. With this silver, and then added some twine to the little wood. And then it's a happy birthday card. Because you're totally awesome. And then there's the outside of the envelope for that one. So Miss Frida, you get to pick one of those and let me know which one you want. So you can tell me, like, you want the bird, you know, you can describe it to me and I'll get that in the mail to you. All right, where did I put my envelope for those? All right, but no, I was showing you guys this so you can kind of see all those different colors of that paper that we're working with today, that New Horizon. Okay, so this one we're going to use, our card base is Just Jade. It's one of those colors that are going to be retiring from the this annual catalog. Okay, I'm going to score this at 5.5. And this is going to be our card base. You want the one with the pelican. Okay, I can do that. Let me make sure I pull that one. Okay. Okay, this is actually going to go sideways like this. And then I am going to use Just Jade ink. This is going to be for the inside of my card. Here are those gorgeous gems that I was saying that comes with this Waves and Oceans and Waves, or Waves and Oceans. I don't know. Me and my dyslexia, I can't even remember which way it goes. Either way, doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. Waves of the Ocean. That's what it's called. Ask me to say that again later and I'll screw it up. But anyways. Okay. Then I'm going to use another piece of this paper. Now I chose this one. because I loved the green. Even though that is a darker green, it still goes really well with this Just Jade. So what I want to do with this is I want to cut this down to be, I think we're going to go with this side. So I'm going to cut this off. I need this to be 5 inches by 3 3/4. Or hold on a second. Let me see. So what I did was I took the dies, and I'm going to use this big stamp set. So let me grab my big block. Why I didn't grab that earlier, who knows? And because my big block does not store in my desk where all my other ones do, because it is just ginormica. I don't have a section of my desk for that thing. I keep it underneath my desk in my actual case. So let me get this stamp out. And I have to figure out where I'm going to place this. Oops, wrong way. Where I'm going to see some of that sky. Okay, so I want to cut about a 1/2 inch off of the bottom here. And I can always cut more if that's not enough. But eventually I'm going to want a piece that is 3 3/4. So as long as I know that I have some of my sky there, this will work. Okay, that's going to work perfectly. And then I'm going to cut this at 3 3/4. So this is winding up being 3 3/4 by 5. That is our end size. Okay, let me grab another scrap over here. And then I want to stamp this in Night of Navy. Oh, maybe if I can get the darn stamp set out of there. I have all my cards because this coming up Sunday is one of my in-person classes. So I have the cards that I have made already set up and prepped over here because I take little sneak peek pictures of them. So those are setting on top of those stamps. So stamp pads. Oh, stay down there. It makes too much noise. Okay, just like this. And then I'm going to stamp this down towards the bottom. And it is going to hang off because this stamp is bigger than this paper. But that's okay. We can roll with that. Okay, just like that. Again, let it sit, let it marinate. Then I can get this thing shut because it's so dark, I'll wind up sticking my hands in it because that's just a thing. Okay, and then pull that off. And now, it is really hard to see, but that's okay because we're going to take, we're going to take our blending brush and I'm going to grab the Just Jade and I'm just going to grab a little bit of ink because I don't want a whole heck of a lot. I just want to kind of take some of this color and kind of smear it around on where that white spot was down there and just bring some of that color in with this green. And it doesn't even matter that I tap it off. I didn't need to worry about that, but. Okay, that's all the color that I'm going to apply to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the big die. Where did I put the dies? Oh, right here. I'm going to take the big wave die, but I'm going to take the drippy one, this one right here that's drippy, and I'm going to cut that out of that beautiful foil. If you guys don't like this set, but you like shiny, shimmery things, buy this paper because it's not continuing over. So this paper is only available until May, what was it, May 2nd? This is not continuing over as far as we know. Now, if it does, hallelujah, but it may not. So I'm going to tell you, grab it now because it is absolutely stunning. And there's that silver paper that you guys all need to have. But I'm going to use this piece here, which is the Coastal Cabana, and I cut that drippy piece out of there. So I already have that there. And then I took a piece of the Night of Navy and I cut that at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Or no, I cut that at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so what is going to happen here is this is going to go on there. So you're going to have that blue piece kind of shimmering through there. And then this is going to go on top of that. But first what I want to do is I want to cut the end of this piece off because it's going to kind of hang and I don't want it hanging. So let me glue this on here. Now see, I should have moved this stamp down. I always mess up on that because I forget that when you look at your stamp, you've got some red rubber underneath here. So I need to make sure in my mind that when I go to stamp and I want it close to the edge, that I have to accommodate for that red rubber piece and not just go to the end of the stamp that I can see. So just take note of that. If that's something that bothers you. Okay, and I'm not going to put glue all the way to the end because I know I'm going to be cutting some of that off. So I'm going to take this and put it down here towards the bottom. And slowly turning that where that'll line up. Okay, just like that. And then I can flip this over and cut this little piece off. Oops. Okay, there we go. Pretty, pretty. Let me see what I was going to do. Okay, that's right. All right, then what I need to do is I need to take and put this on here. And when you use glue, it does take a few minutes for that to stick to something that's shiny like this. Or you can use your tear and tape. That works also. And then you know it won't come off of here, but I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to do it this way. Okay, and then I need a little strip of white, which is right here, or maybe I can cut, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this little thing right here, because I haven't used this one yet. I got to get this on a magnet sheet, because man, that tacky, I swear that's got to be tear and tape that they stick these things to, because it is stuck like Chuck, and we all know tear and tape is super adhesive-y. So I'm going to grab a white scrap here, and then I'm just going to kind of figure out where I need to place that, and then grab a sentiment, and I think we're going to do happy birthday, because this can be a manly card. That, and I'm going to grab Night of Navy, or we could use just Jade, either way. But I'm going to use Night of Navy because I already have it out here. I put the other one away. Kind of center that on this piece. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this out. Oops. Gosh, I'm being very clumsy today and hitting stuff. So let me cut this out. And then I need to grab my twine, because I forgot to grab it, and my plate. I'll have to go back and listen to the sound part of that and make sure that having my embossing machine over there on my filing cabinet doesn't make a horrendous like sound, because when I was just doing that, it kind of made a weird noise, and I don't want that being crazy in the video. Okay, so now let me grab some of this twine. Maybe my fingers will open that. And then in here, what I want to do is I wanted to grab this little bird and put the bird's a word. Oh, I know, I'm such a weirdo, sorry. I just can't help myself. I'm kind of that weirdo that has to turn everything into a song. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have kids and they've just kind of brought that out in me. I don't know. Half the time I'm singing either a Bubble Guppy song, or I'm singing like Caillou or God knows Peppa Pig, because my daughter loves those shows, and that is just what we kind of get used to hearing all day long with her. So you might hear me drop some Peppa Pig songs, and just is what it is. Okay, and then I'm going to grab You're Totally Awesome, because the other one seems a little kind of not birthday driven, because since we're going to do birthday on there. And then I'm going to do that in Night of Navy. And we're going to do a little bit of adding some color to that. Where are we at on time? Okay. I have swap cards, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to show them to you guys, because we're getting kind of close to our 2-hour mark. And not that anybody holds me to that accountability of 2 hours, but okay. It's not like you have 2 hours and then Facebook cuts you off, because that would suck, let me tell you. But I just like trying to keep it close to that, so I'm not like taking up too much of your guys' evening. But the cards that I got from swap cards are all fun folds, so I know it's something you guys are going to want to see, because they're awesome. I am using light and dark crumb cake, and I'm just running the dark crumb cake on the dark shadowing marks that Stampin' Up! Has so graciously given us on their stamps, and has kind of taken the hard work out of coloring these things. Then I'm going to take some pale papaya, and I'm going to do his little beak here. And then I'm going to take the light crumb cake. Now with those Stampin' Blends that we have out right now, the ones that are with that one set, the all together set, there's so many brown tones in there that are awesome for making like wood or tree stumps or anything like that. And they're so blendable that you can blend them with each other, and it just really turns out gorgeous when you do that. I'm just going to put a little bit of color on this bird, because he is a pelican and they're kind of just free floating everywhere. Okay, here's this little piece. Let me bump this up on here with some mini dimensionals. Oh, don't I already have one open? Oh, probably not. there is that. Let me take those little pieces off. I'm going to set that right here. Now, Patty, when she did hers, she actually put a pelican right here, and it looked really great. But I wanted to show off those colors of that water because I just think, oh, I think it's just so beautiful. What was I going to, oh, this stuff. I'm going to use my little cheater over here, and I'm going to wrap this around twice because I'm going to make a double bow. See, again, I almost turned that into something that would have been stupid, but and most people wouldn't have gotten it. It's just because the kids bring up dumb things. And part of being a mom, right? You get to hear all the goofy things that they hear. Okay, there's that. Take that off of there. Oops. Where do you get that awesome little bow maker? I know, right? Okay, so my team leader, I guess, knows somebody. Actually, somebody else, I can't remember who it was, that asked me, you can actually, if you have a handyman or somebody who works with wood, this is just, I can actually send you the dimensions because that's what the other person did. And now, if she's on here watching, I can't remember, was it Lois? Lois, was it you that asked me? Is she still on here? That asked me, I think her husband made some of these as well. This is just a little popsicle stick piece right here, just nailed in. And they've drilled a hole in here. Now these right here are just nails. Nails that have been kind of ground down so they're not sharp and pokey. And the head has been drilled or shaved off of this, and then they just took a file and made it where it's smooth, and then, or if you have a cribbage board, that would work as well. Yep. And then they just took, I think this is like an inch between here, and then these are just, they're a ½ inch from the center of each one of those holes. They're a ½ inch apart from each other. So then when you take these, you can make bigger bows when you go this way. Yes, it was Lois. Okay, you are on here. Yep, her husband made her one. But like usual. Oh, okay. Oh, is Rhea getting on the plane? Is that what she just said? Boarding now. All right. I will talk to you soon, Rhea. I had a great time yesterday. I went over and I spent some time with Rhea yesterday since she said that she was going to take off to go visit family and friends up in Oregon. So I went over and I spent some time with her and we talked about business and all that kind of stuff because she is one of my team members and one of my downlines. So we had a good time yesterday. And of course, she makes amazing coffee. So she has an espresso machine. So she made me an espresso last night when we were hanging out. All right, there is that bow, but for some reason it's being tweaky, but I don't care. It's just gonna work. So let me grab one of my glue dots here and roll this little booger up. And then place this on the back. And then I'm gonna put this right here in this little thing. There we go. And then now we got to get these adhered. So maybe we will have time to show you guys swap cards because, oh, I haven't even opened them up yet because I was going to wait and share them with you guys. So I get to see them for the first time with you. Oh, come on. And so the way a swap works is we all exchange. So one person from my team sends, you know, a message out, hey, who wants to join this swap? And then however many of us decide to do it, she gives us a theme. And then from that theme, we get to create our own cards off of that theme. And then we send out, however many people sign up for it, we send one less because we're not going to get one of our own cards back. So this time we had 20 cards, or no, 24 cards, or 25 cards. And I had to make 24. And so you make all of the same cards. So I had to make 24 of them. And you wind up getting 24 back. Because I made 25 because I wanted to keep one of my own so I can show you what I made. And then it's kind of fun because you get all these ideas off these other people. Swaps are, swaps are a lot of fun. Because it's almost like Christmas when you get all these cards back. And like I said, I'm always forever sending other people cards. So when I get this whole big package, I get so giddy when the mail lady gives me this package because I'm like, haha, I know what that is. That's my swap cards. And then I get ideas to share with you guys. Okay, so there is the last card. Oh, I forgot the envelope. I gotta make a pretty envelope. Where did I put them? Okay. And so let's do, oh, come on. Let's do this pelican. Okay, beautiful. All right, so there is the last card. So let me bring all the cards in while I'm putting this stuff away and grabbing the swap cards really quick. There's that one with that, and then here's our first one. Okay, let me move these things out of the way. There's card 1, there's card 2, and then card 3. Okay, can you guys see all those? And then there's our pelican on that one. All right, let me get these things out of the way and moved, and then grab the swap cards since I set them right here so I would know exactly where they were. So I wasn't like frantically looking for these things. Clean these off so I don't stick any of my beautiful cards in wet ink because that's not fun. And this big, big stamp that we need to clean. Okay, and then the pelicans, or pelican, there's more than one there. All right, let me move these and put these back over here so I don't misplace any stamps. Paper away. Okay, now we can get to these swap cards. Okay, I'm going to move these so now you guys know what you're, in for when you're commenting and when you're liking this video and throwing me up those thumbs and those hearts and all the good things that go with it. If you're watching at a later time from YouTube, I would love it if you subscribe and like this video. And if you subscribe, that way you will get a notification every time I post a new video and you will see all the gorgeous cards that come up. Okay, so let's put those away. All right, now see, I should have been on the ball with this and I should have at least taken these things out of the things. I don't even remember what each one of these folds are called. So I'm going to have to kind of just play and figure out what I'm doing here. Now this is by Lisa Nealand. I think this, oh, there we go. Oh, isn't that beautiful? There's a gooby on there. That's what was sticking. That is gorgeous. And that sits up like that as well. It's been folded, so look at that. Oh, see, there's some more inspiration using that Waves of the Ocean. See, I almost didn't remember the name again. And then she put that wave on the back. Ha, beautiful. Okay. Ooh, this paper is really something because this is that paper. This one used it as well. That's from the collection of the Waves of the Ocean paper. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should have opened these first because this might take longer than what's needed. Okay, let's see. What does this one do? Oh my word, you guys. Isn't that amazing? Oh, look what she did. Who is this from? This is from Jay. Oh my gosh. That is just stunning. And she did the wave in the granny apple green and put the little dots on there. But look at that. She used an embossing folder on that foil paper. Oh, that is just awesome. Oh, I love that. Gorgeous. That is a neat fold. Okay, the next one. This one is from Priscilla. And oh, this is one of those, what are they called? Never-ending cards. Look. I love these. These things are so much fun. Look at that. Now, see, these are the kind of card that you can sit there and you can play with forever. Okay. That one was from Priscilla, and I like to keep their names together so I know which card is coming from who. And then this one is, oh, see, Debbie made this one, Miss Debbie Foster, and she actually said this is called a latch fold. So let's see here. Oh, look at there. Oh, it slides inside of there. That's why it's called a latch fold. So it tucks in behind this piece right here. That is beautiful as well. And that's that hand-penned paper. Oh, that's a heavy card. Okay, that one goes there. Then we have, this is by Lisa D'Alessandro. And this is a bridge fold card. So see, this is that piece that I was saying that's like a 1-inch piece. That's a bridge fold. So that is the card that I made today with the New Horizon and the groves on the front. I just turned it into a shadow box, but that is what a original bridge fold should look like. That's gorgeous. Okay, this is called a book fold. Now this is by Sue Souza. Ooh, that's neat. I've never seen it done that way. I've always seen the book fold go this way, so that's really neat to do it that way. Oh, that's cool, and that's with that rainbows. That's beautiful. Wow, this is a heavy sucker. My goodness. I'd hate to have to mail a bunch of these off to people. Now, this is by Wendy Sue. Now, oh, this, I guess we have to untie this, and I'll never get it tied again, so good job for her, but I'm going to blow it. Oh, so that's got double, okay, so to a person who still got it, but might not remember where they put it. Happy birthday. I have that set. I've never used that. Oh, that is cool. Oh, that is so neat. Ha! That's a perfect one. Oh. Oh, okay. And I'm going to show you guys on one of, I actually made one of these. This is called, oh goodness, now I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I can't remember. Anyways, we are going to make one of these probably next week. This is such a cool fold, and let me show you mine really quick. And I know this has nothing to do with the swap cards, but just to show you what I came up with. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I wrote it down here. No, I didn't. But see, what it does, you can put it on either side, and then when they turn the card around, it's going to have something on both sides. I'll have to remember the name of it or look it back up and see what it's called. But that is so cool. I love that paper on there. I did the pansy patch on mine. Oh, who was that from? That was from Mary Stroman. This is by Carissa. Okay, how does this one go? Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. This is vellum. You could put a tea light in that and set that on. I'm going to hold it so you guys can see it like this. You put a tea light in that, and those birds, cranes, swans, whatever those are, would light up right here. Oh, if you guys can see. Oh, there we go. I'll turn it that way if you guys can see that. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. And she used that mother of pearl paper right here. That is awesome. Again, a very, very heavy card. That's got a lot of paper. And to think that she made 24 of those, huh, craziness. Now, who did I say that was from? That was from Carissa. Okay. This one is by Wendy. Oops. Let me put that back in there so I don't lose it. Oh, this is another one of those trifolds. Oh, that is really pretty. Ooh, I love that. That's using that celebration set that we had from this last celebration. It's called Friendly Hello or Hello Friends or something like that. Ah, now the whole stack's going to fall over, but that's okay. This one is from Sabrina. This is a really cool fold here too. Watch, it opens like that, and then she has the sentiment there, but it looks like it's a crisscross. Miss Julia Wise. Isn't that pretty? So bright and cheery. I love the colors of that. Okay. Her name is on the back. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, she put Wink of Stella. Ooh, I might have to do that to one of those cards. This is by D. Esplana. Now this is, ooh, look at that. See, I didn't even open this up and see it. That is like a shadow card as well. That sits like that. That can sit up. That is cool. Oh, and it actually opens like a card also. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Huh, I'll have to figure out how to do that. I don't know what that's called. But she put on that black, can you see the shimmer on this card? That is the Wink of Stella. Oh my goodness. I'm going to wind up losing everybody's names with these cards. Okay, and then this one. This has got a belly band on it. This is from Kathy. And this opens up like that. This is a little belly band that goes on the front of it. And this is called, oh, me and Rhea we could not for the life of us remember what this fold was called. And then finally we were watching one of the other stampers do their thing, and she said it, or I don't remember. We found it on something. Gatefold. That's what it's called. It's called a gatefold. And then you have this little belly band that kind of is the most beautiful belly band I think I've ever seen. This is so cool. That just closes that up. And then we've got those cute little hedgehogs on this one. Now this is by Kathy Beck. Oh, the other one was Kathy Fenley. And this one, oh, so cute. How does this go now? Wait a minute. Something's got to happen here. Oh, it's one of those corner where it tucks like that. That's cool. Look how that sits. So again, it can be displayed, but it kind of just stands up in a different kind of way because it's holding it with this little flower here. Huh, that's different. I've never seen one of those. That's pretty neat. I don't know what it's called though. I did get directions for all these cards though, so I will be able to recreate some of these. Ugh. They're sliding on those plastic bags. Okay, we're getting close. I mean, maybe. Okay, this is by Deborah. Is that Deborah Vischer? Okay, again, it's one of those. I don't want to put her information out there. You untie here. Ooh, that's cool. This paper is beautiful. That's at Fields and whatever it's called. I can't remember everything. If I could remember all the names of our paper, I would be pretty genius. But I'm not. Oh, look at this. Rhea just let me borrow this set. This is the Cactus Set because I don't own it. So when I was there, I was like, I don't have that set, but I would like to play with it. This is from Kimberly O'Brien. Now, how does this go? Ooh, this is one of those like stepper cards. See how that sits? So when you set it down, it sits just like that. And then it's got all these different steps. And look at the inside of that. That's cool. Oh, I love when cards can display like this. Oh, that is so Arizona right there. That's a card that could come straight out of Arizona. All right, this little one. Not sure what this is, but this is by Kathy Shoney. How do you do this? Oh, it's got a belly band. And then... Oh, I'm never going to get this thing back together again. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Does it fold like a box? Oh, yeah. I'll figure it out later because I'll be here all stinking night trying to put that thing back together again. I love this paper. That's that glimmer paper that they just came out with in that new catalog in the new JJ Mini. This is by, I think it's Patty Skiba. This has got a belly band. So the belly band goes up over those two sections and it slides off of here. Look at the shine on that paper. That's the one that it comes with the two different colors with the blue and then this iridescent. And this opens up. Oh my goodness, what is in here? Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's like a little box. Like a little gift bag. How adorable. Oh my goodness gracious. That is awesome. Okay, we're going to have to figure out, like I said, they sent me directions. We're going to have to make one of those because that is awesome. And maybe you guys have already seen a card like that, but that's new to me. Okay. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. Now this, this is by Connie. She used that decorative masks and just swirled the colors over that. That's beautiful. Oh, this is one of those slider cards where this slides and it's got those two little mechanisms. We've actually made one of those on here. Thank you for your kindness. That is cool. I love the colors, that granny apple green, and I'm assuming that's polished pink, maybe? Oh, I'm not going to get that on there right now. Again, we'll be here all night if you wait for me. Here is one of those really cute, I almost said beautiful. Butterflies are not, or butterflies. Ladybugs are not beautiful. I think they're cute. This is by Deborah Wilson. And this has a belly band. If I can get it off of here. Oh. What's going on here? Oh, it had a little piece of glue. It was stuck. Okay, so if I pull the belly band off, this is one of those that opens we did one of these a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple months ago. I don't remember. But they're those slanted that works so cool, and you can go either way with it, however you want to do it. But I'm loving this ladybug set. I don't have it either, and it's one of those that I've been kind of on the fence that I'm like, do I want to buy it? Do I not? What do I want to do? But then I see super cute cards like this, and then I'm like, oh, gosh. Okay, this is by Vicki Edmondson. That's cool, too. Look at that. That's what that Pretty as a Peach. That's probably one of our most affordable sets that we have in the catalog. And that's on the 20% discount too. That is probably the most affordable set we do have, especially since it's on the 20% off too. All right, here's another one of those using the Waves of the Ocean. Now this is by Kathy Miller. Oh my gosh. Talk about window box. That is awesome. Oh, wow. That's cool. And then when it folds flat, it is all the same size. Well, again, another card I may need to figure out how to make. See, that's what, I mean, like I said, getting swap cards, it's kind of like a whole new world, because you're like, oh, well, now this gives me an idea. Okay, how does this go? Oh, that's neat too. See, some of these I've never seen before. I like the angles on that. And it's not like the other one that I made when we did that angle one, and I couldn't get it inside of a regular envelope. This one actually has angles to it, but it still fits because it's a regular size card. Now this one is by Debbie. That's cool. Okay, that is the last of my swap cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed those as much as I did, because I get overly excited.